Having a sense of balance when dealing with retrenchment forecasts during these difficult economic times. This is the suggestion from Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, who says that despite the gloom, Singapore is not in a bad position. He said this during an interview with Singapore media at the end of the ASEAN summit in Hua Hin. Ramesh has the report.
There have been several reports recently of retrenchment forecasts in Singapore this year. The latest from DBS Bank, which put the figure at 99,000. And this prompted some ministers to emphasize the need to be focused and not be overwhelmed by the numbers.
Every day we see bad news, bad news, bad news, another 50 here, another 100 there, another such and such job cuts. I mean, after a while, even if you were not depressed, you would become depressed. There are things happening which are positive. There are things which will turn. There are things which are in the pipeline. The IR is coming along. 2 IRs are both coming along. Every time I drive past a marina, I watch to see whether another level has come up or not, and it's nearly reached the top now.
Mr. Lee stressed Singapore has the resources and has done the right things with this year's budget.
I know people say, well, why didn't you help the households more directly? But the right way to help people now is not to give them, for us anyway, not to give them vouchers or coupons or hongbaos to spend, but to help them keep their jobs, which was where the emphasis of the budget was. And I think that's something which we have to explain to people and help them to understand.
On investments by the Government Investment Corporation of Singapore, Mr. Lee said that they are long-term in nature. In bad years, there will be shrinkage, but overall, they have performed well.
We have to look at the whole of the portfolio and overall what is the performance, and some ups and some downs, some good, some bad, some good years, some bad years.
Mr. Lee says how soon Singapore will recover from this downturn will depend on the world. What's important now is for the country to remain stable and emerge as a strong economy when the recovery comes. As Ramesh, Channel News Asia, Hua Hin.